Chicago Bulls are 5-0, and I just want to know after last night's game, what are all the doubters going to say now? Because I saw the stats, I saw the talk that in the first 4 games, Chicago Bulls opponents were shooting like 25 or 26% on their open threes, and the Bulls are getting lucky and yada, yada, yada. I don't know, man. The Knicks were not missing their shots last night. The Knicks played a pretty good offensive game of basketball, and the Bulls still found a way to play. It's like I keep telling you guys, the pace that the Bulls play at will break these teams. The depth that the Bulls play with, they go 10 deep. Once Kobe White and Zach Collins come back, that's 11 deep. That's going to break a lot of these teams. A lot of these teams just can't keep up. I mean, the Knicks had a good offensive game yesterday. Brunson was getting to his spots. Anunoby could not miss from 3. Mikal Bridges, he was making threes. Cat had some moments. Clearly, that leg is fucked up. Clearly, he's not at 100% yet. But it didn't matter for the Bulls. They had big leads in this game. And then when the Knicks were starting to rally, when Brunson was starting to be Jalen Brunson, they were able to stand strong and get buckets when they needed to. So Josh Giddey, he looked phenomenal yesterday. He looked like an all-star. He looked like the guy that the Bulls traded for that they thought could be the future of their team. One thing that I liked, it was a bad Trey Jones game. He just flat out was not good in this game. And he's been the heart and soul of the Chicago Bulls through their other 4 games. So the fact that they were able to withstand that and still win the game, that speaks volumes to me. Another solid showing from Patrick Williams. The stats don't do him justice. You have to watch him play to see that he's a different player this year. And another really solid Kevin Huerter game. He's a guy, he just makes winning plays. He's more than just a shooter. He has some defensive chops. He has some playmaking shots or chops. And he'll make plays with the ball in his hand. He'll take guys off the dribble. He'll get to the mid-range. He'll get to the paint. Really just like watching that guy play basketball. Nikola Vucevic actually looked like a stretch 5 last night. That was fantastic to see. So the Bulls, man, we got the rematch on Sunday. We'll see. You know, the Knicks are going to come hungry. They're going to come out for a revenge game. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Chicago Bulls so far this season. Elsewhere around the league, I only watched one other game last night, and that was Mavericks versus Grizzlies. I don't really have too much to share on that game because it was on Prime, and I feel like Prime told everybody what they needed to know about that game. That Blake Griffin segment on John Morant, that was fantastic. John Morant had a really weird game last night. He didn't have energy. He didn't look like he wanted to be out there. His body language was horrible. But Brett Usher, shout out to him on Twitter, one of the best Twitter followers if you're a basketball fan. He put it perfectly where when Ja has a good game, people are silent. When he has a bad game, people are loud, and the vitriol is unreal. People really like to attack Ja when he's bad, but they're silent when he's good, and he's been good more times than not so far this season, so I'm not going to pile on Ja too much. I want to talk about Luka, though. Luka came back last night, didn't miss a beat. He's on to a hot start this season. He's going to be one of the top 3 MVP candidates in the league this year, as long as he can stay healthy. That's the thing with Luka. If he can stay healthy, top 3 MVP candidate. Lakers will challenge for 50 to 55 wins this year if Luka's healthy. He is a special basketball player. I'm happy that he's finally in shape. Like I said, it's not so much that him being in shape was going to make him more dangerous as a scorer, because he's always been good at getting to his spots. Even when he was fat, he was still getting to his spots. He's a master of that. But being in shape allows him to keep getting to his spots later in the game. He doesn't gas out. He's got more energy. He's got more juice off the ball as well when he's in shape. And he's got more juice on the defensive end when he's in shape. He's never going to be an all-NBA defender, but the effort is there when he's in shape, and that effort makes a huge difference in these games, especially for his teammates. When they see him giving effort on the defensive end, that just makes them pick their games up. So love what I saw from Luka last night. Yes, what I saw from Ja was disturbing last night, but I'm not going to count him out yet. He's still a guy where he has the potential to be a top 10 player in the NBA with his athleticism. We just want to see the effort from him. That's all we're asking for from John Morant, is the effort. So let me know in the comments what you guys were watching last night, and let me know, some of your thoughts on the games last night, and if you think this Bulls run is real. I'm not telling you guys that they're championship contenders, but I'm telling you guys they're going to be battling for that 4, 5, 6 seed in the playoffs this year, especially with how weak the East is this year and the depth that the Chicago Bulls play for. They're like a light version of the Pacers team we saw make a finals run last year. Bonus talk, because I realized that the whole time I was talking about the Chicago Bulls, I did not mention Ayo Dosumnu, and that's fucking ridiculous. That guy was amazing last night. He's been amazing all year long. Josh Giddey was the best player on the court for the Bulls last night. Ayo Dosumnu was a close number 2. The start of that game, Knicks were taking it to the Bulls, and then Ayo Dosumnu came in the game. He switched the energy of that game. He was the engine for the Chicago Bulls. He was their spark plug, and he's been fantastic all year long. He's unstoppable when he gets downhill. If you want to talk about the best guys in the league when it comes to straight line drives to the hoop, he's got to be top 5. He's unstoppable when he gets to his right hand. It was funny seeing the post-game presser and seeing Mike Brown be like, we knew that we had to stop him going right, and we let that dude go right at least 8 times. The word is out in the NBA, in the league, that you cannot let Ayo Dosumnu get downhill going right, and guess what? He's still finding a way to do it. The guy's unstoppable when he wants to be. Fantastic contract. I was one of the people who thought maybe they should trade him because they're going to have too many guards in the rotation, but the thing you love about Ayo is he's big. You can play him at the point, you can play him at the 2, you can play him at the 3. You might even be able to get away with him in some small ball 4 lineups. He's big, he's athletic, he defends, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. He's been great in catch and shoot 3-point opportunities this year, so shout out to Ayo Dosumnu. Proving me wrong. The Bulls should not trade this guy. They need to lock him up to a contract extension. I believe I heard Zach Lowe say they have until June to lock him up. They could get him for 4 years. I think 85 mil is the most they can offer under those rules, and they absolutely should do that because that is a bargain contract for a player of that caliber.